Sanje Shudon Soji Shama Chansho Bado Dani
Soje Daji Chuni Jive Sono Ji
Rola Pinche Sanje Nukoro Sanje Shudon Soji Shama Chansho Bado Dani Dagi Shushe Jive Sono Rola Pinche Sanje Nukoro Masija Tamaji Shudon Dozo Sanje Shikopon Tobaja De Shoda Tambe Chunamba Daba Sanyame Kolon Janshi Serumushe Leva Sadhana Sambara Shu.
Please attend to teaching to the correction of the problem motivation, that is, a strong decision to attain the state of enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. For that very end or the purpose, then one should listen and listen to teachings.
Tasenje Chu de la Ya Jirin Pamu Nanjo Juji Zorin Za Omen Nanju Ni Yodan Nanjo Juji Gitela Gubang Hande Yen Kasan Shutari.
So now the teachings which we are about to receive here, now in the 11 yogas of the Vajrayogini that we have discussed up to the 9th one, mental and verbal recitation, and second now the completing stages, teachings on the central Sushma.
Nande Yende Nika Nani Chan Yende de Pen Shoyo Sungayori Long Zung Simkidu Sebe Kantin Mibato and Deba Yinza Deba Yahu Yimundadwa.
It is said between the mental and the verbal recitation, the mental recitations are extremely inspiring or full of blessings and inspiration, in a sense that when you hold your mind there and then concentrate your mind on the syllable letters around, I think that's the part of the reason why we say it is very important mental recitation.
Tatela Mande Shajun Zori Niche Tingibato Susun Dudu in the Masheba Jeton Yawori.
Now the verbal recitation and those two zogrims which follow it and mental recitation, if you can and without missing any one of them, that will be very helpful for you.
Degola Chunjun Babne Dewada Sane Labo Sajada Medoba Jendo Dewa Dewajin Sane Labo Sadi Chunjung Gile Yokengi Najuma Chua Joda Najuma Chua Genera Bangi Genera Ugi Bangi Deda Dewa Domuni Kadu Keva Choni Tindriver. 다나지마 산에 서버네 산에 장굴기 우 카도 데라 바이디 춘중지 케로체나 아니 내는 케부중을.
So I told you earlier that you can lower the chunjung at the level of your navel if you choose to, if you are mainly interested for the mitopa. Which meant here, I'll translate literally, mitopa as non-conceptual. And if you choose to develop mainly the bliss, then you can further lower the chunjung down to the secret organ. So the place where you can have the right placement of the chunjung should be just at the level of spot where we have the red spot at the navel, red spot or that red creative energy, and at the secret organ, then where we have the bliss chakra, that if you could have the chunjung right at that spot, that will be real helpful.
Tadi gubache, tachuba. Sami chapter tell Tomo Imani, Tipartela or Choga Chin the Mudricha, the Boru Kegio. 저거에 진행될라 대니 주식이 신요래서 가서 쇼임바.
So now the 10th yoga, inconceivable yoga. I told you earlier it has two sections, common and uncommon. And now before we discuss about the inconceivable yoga, now here we introduce ourselves to the 16 or 4 Qing or the binds of the rituals, the factors in the rituals. And I told you yesterday that there are 14 tingis or the 14 factors.
대대주 자주게 진주지들라 고다 차장아라 소 싫어인라 부부구르 알리칼리 시준 주소 동바콘도 조바달라 소바 지세되베 주데모 두지천 진제 냥엔다 라베 쳐바 온그로 고차 전부 야다소 하나 건지 쳐버 자세 데리 시제디 나제 디체냐랑게 타리 용요 고라 냐다다도 두장 샤디요리 샹라 고다 차장아라 수세야디요 차장아라 수세야디 두준 다제 제베 고쇼니 여바데 야부지만 또 셴모고리 대신에 나제 제바는 괜찮어 대니 주지 상디요리 그 제바 임베 제고 쳐디요리 대고 저러 전에朋友 쳐요 근데 인데 삼바종나 다 랑게 솔로 소냐 마쳐버체 야부진 되고 요리 거리니 마셔버체 한 소냐 마쳐 자스모요리 노브르 시부지 수수냐주요네 그 냐마 쳐버체 가다 가버 좋은데 근데 발레체도 지려요리.
So now those 14 tingi, as I told you yesterday, that tingi, I'll leave that term in Tibetan, or we'll just use the factor as temporarily here, 14 factors. So in the beginning of your sadhana, you'll find the list of the 11 yogas. And towards the end of your sadhana, you'll find those 14 factors or those 14 tingis, which are direct quote from the root tantra of the Heruka, where it begins like the dressing and 5 mudra and so on. And that it is really important for us to know throughout that what materials we have with us, that to be able to understand what kind of treasure we do possess or we are in possession of right now. Otherwise, if we do not understand what we have got, then it will be like a gem, having a precious gem, and at the real time we need could turn itself into just a breath if you do not understand what we have. So it is really important to educate ourselves and know that what materials we have got.
다 그다 자장아라서 너무 그다 자장아이 되니스 말라서 베티니들라 그 세야도 걸로 거야 되래 레디네 그게 게르라야 그게 게르들라 와사나시오리 선대게라.
So now as we're discussing the first line in that which counts the 14 tingi or the 14 factors, it begins dressing and 5 mudra and so on. Now the dressing or dress. So the Sanskrit term for that is vasana.
제시 라디오 가다니 터나래 요즘 매자 와사이 소스도 와사스도 걸로 표시. 제가 그게 미인데 와사는 쓰고.
As you might remember during your 5 puja that when you offer the cloth or the dress, you drop 2 scarves into the fire and say Vandavasaya Swaha. So the vasana is the term for the dress or cloth.
와사나데 그다 내니를 주버리. donda ni ki mi re.
So
제가 데린데 내를 권에 야가 요래.
So whereas Vasana, if we try to the meaning-wise it has two connotations. The one is that cloth, and other way of interpreting it meant place. So it can mean at this point it is best for us to understand as the location, the place, rather than dress. So let's translate this as the location.
Tezara susu drupa nyamne cheyage ne de parche meba sangi singi chwe kamshu anjo sabu nye koken chadang monson hongen tiregibe kale kabu mayimba ne ambu jibu simita tonba chowa nye laba dogu ze labu be dosabe ne de yagoju gogu yore seri ta
So location where we are going to do our practices should be very comfortable and peaceful, and where there aren't many people who wouldn't leave you alone, or who would give you a hard time and so on. Very peaceful, and where there are not too much of the legal problems, or where you could easily get into trouble with law and so on. So a place where it is very suitable, where the quietude rules.
ta lai ne chege ne chunjung dire kajong jusage ne jayi khang ne ju ma le chunjung re
Whereas in terms of the residence, if we say residence or the place, or in terms of the deity, then that is the chunjung, right? Whereas for us as a beginner practitioner, then that is our dukang, or our hermitage, our place where we do our practice.
차장아 라소세 차장아데 가상카지 셰비마 오제녜제 고제 세레카 도부 어디제 차장아레 차장아보데 뭐 주는제 인데 다제 너바도 공자데 대관데도 차장아 이제 전조지 짜데바식 로den가는 대구베 처리.
So now, as it says here, 5 mudras, or the chakdanga, and so on. The 5 mudra, that is, as I explained earlier, those 5 bone ornaments, like for instance, the crown chakra, and then those 5 skulls, or crown, then earrings, necklace, and then the bracelets, and those 3 sets counted as 1, and sireka, and so on, those 5. And if possible, we can, if we have a set that's helpful, and we're supposed to wear them, and for instance, like sit on a corpse as a cushion, then we are supposed to do our practice.
도지 트리부 정칭 장디오 류기 젠자 가정가 안에 강가를 땡그래 내주고 요제데 강가마죠 레무 지자의 냐그 동안提升 레무 지자의 메라마데바 도루로 추상을 지는 주네 되냐고 뭐 수고야도 도지 트리부
So as it says here, the 5 mudras and so forth. Now what so forth includes here are, for instance, like the Vajra, bell, kadvanga, and the Changdu, there's a special kind of damaru, and all of those are the items which we need. In short, all the yogic materials, all the yogic materials, we need them, and as you see, that these days we keep them at least in the form of picture. And you might have seen that they keep them in a thermal closet, and keep them in a thermal closet, and to at least have them in a picture form. And what we actually need with us is at least a set of the Vajra and bell.
도지 집은 상황 도와 다 매전 소녀 그래. 대바 도지 집 종변 속은 걸이 야부 쉬 그래.
So that I think since pictures are real cheap and available easily, I hope every one of you have that. And Bell and Vajra are also getting very popular, and also you get quite a big hit on your head with the high prices.
아니 내는 지기요. 다들 세네데 어제데 춘중의 공주래. 재산 지기도 자장하시다 공부에 공부래. 춘중 나라에 사 공부 인사. 데 담보 그다 자장하러 소리 해라 찍지야.
And
이제 상도와
so in terms of the location, as we discussed earlier, that we do have all of them present in our practice, since that we visualize the location, for instance, residence, that's the Chunjung. Whenever we visualize the deity, we do visualize the residence, Chunjung, and so on. So we found that out of those 14, we have the first two together.
자, 싫어연라 부부 구루스노 싫어연라 세야디 안들에 찾아말이.
So now the second one, it says in second line, the pragyani, or the wisdom part, and so that meant chakyama, or the mudrani, you know.
루케게 간사들라 간사리 거셔지오래. 간사가 저 르무치다비 그두자 있는니 타마 루바제베 공제되는르베 란다랑기 찾아마 뱀에 냥들르베 루바냐네 제네 상제고래. 르무치다비 간사 츠딜로 상제킨레. 근데 르무치다비 간사 멤버츠니 내가 제 레지 찾아마다 냥들 루바 제네 다 메자르이니 요래. 데메네레 간다리 임베 르마숨베 세외지리 메커 견자라 아니 뭐지 찾아면 대사 레버 싫어해라스 디제 다 니들 지기는 가서 단데 싫어해라 생각인데 니들 대동이 싫어 랑게 찾아마도 동반에서 고고
So now the Chakya SSA share as the const to be understood for the mudrani or the mudra. So thus, our candidate who are going to do the practice, as they are of all kinds, the candidate or practitioner who is a precious jewel type. Them from the beginning, and those are the candidates who are going to attain the state of enlightenment in this very life, and they maintain their practice with the concept or the chakya or the pragyani. And whereas for the others, the after attainment of the seven or the isolation of the mind upon the third stage, then one cultivates the concept of the pragyani. Whereas here, what we really should understand is the definitive pragyani, which is the bliss and void, or the here voidness. The voidness itself is the definitive pragyani.
찾아만 때야 그거 저 대화 집에 터래 대화 동방에 대동게 터래 대장에도 때와 잖아 뭐 잡는데 좀바지게 조가 가발레레다 대동게 시시게 지 semba 그거데 어다 안들 싫어게 싫어 연라셔야돼 연라데 가가지시 많이 군이 지래 싫어 연라셔야돼 싫어게 돈다데 대동이스베 이히 semba제고요 대동 상동고 연라셔야돼 말아서 내주마 공도 랑 사무라바 사무이자 라물에 찾아마 가요 요마르와 매바 인자 연라서도 양 여를 야고니 내주면 여기서 가정 같아 어디 싫어 연라 대도 고고리 싫어 연라시야.
So now as told earlier that here the definitive is the bliss and void, that we began our practice with the bliss And with that place understanding on the emptiness, that we carried out that wisdom of bliss and void, that non-duality or inseparability of bliss and void. We maintain that wisdom throughout our practice, from beginning till end. With the touch of that wisdom on non-duality of bliss and void, we maintain the continuity of our practice. So, and also I told you that definitive concept or the Prajnani is voidness. And as it says here, Prajnani and the part, that part here is to understood that since Vajrayogini herself is in a female form, so part meant the so part here is to be understood for the Kadwanga, that which she carry. So in short, that what we really need for our practice is the bliss and void, and beginning to the end, that we try to carry on our practice with the touch of the bliss and void throughout. So it shows the need for the bliss and void from beginning to the end.
다 프로부 구르 신도와 프로부다 구르니 프로부다 구르시야데 송구르 제바 공도 송구르데 구르 도지 사주라와 구르 강가공 프로더지 길에 부부가 가다가 가가가다 진짜 부부다 지요다 완전히 송구 되버리 소마도 소마도 송구 되버리 텔레 성디요 성야 거래에서는 송구르고 공 나라야 예게라면에 저 초사 용서 송구고 공수도 버리 어디 부부 굳이 해라리.
So now the as it says, now next is pack and the tent. The pack, right? Pack that which we hammer to hold the pack. It's a pack.
Pig.
Yeah, pig. Pack and tent. So we have that, like when we visualize the protection wheel, protection fence, and canopy of the Vajra tent. So along with it, we also don't visualize the pig and the pig, but we recite the mantra or the Om Suman and so on, right? And we do all of those. And in short, the beginning to the visualization of the complete mantla and all those, that is fulfilled for having this part.
부부 구리 송에라 송바 부부 구리지 다 알리깔리 시주는세는 거 얘라 집아 알리 얘라 나바 깔리 얘라 알리세야데 당아서 같이 다제라마 살도다 송고도 지고 저 소사단 제바마 저 사니 다 네요리 동백말에 애니자체는 춘중은 나도 나와지야지요리.
So now the fourth ali or the vowels. Speaking of the vowels, it says that if you go over your sadhana, you will find from these double syllable letter e, there appears a mundesk, right? If you remember that.
Ali ngun dawa chebada te ali ka yelari. Kali ngu la yang seji chingwa. Kali ke tenye de seje ji ngu o dire. Seje ji yigili chebe chunjung da. Nga ching mabu goya dire. Tenye che ya de ali ndawe chingu chi ting du pang nere ali ndawe chingu che ya de che. Kali le dana che ya de onsuma ma do yo ma de onsuma ba ali seje yigili ba ye che ne kali ali che yigi sunju suni jeju je kazi shei ba to na sangdi yore sena ali kali nige da tenye di ali ndawe chingo da karcha melung ishi che kali le marcha 냐냐 이시제 아니고 되리. 대다지 코로나 더나 성요래.
So now the next is consonants. Speaking of the consonants, fifth, I think. Now that is also present there, like we had, as you remember, we had syllable letters, right? Of these 32 mantra with these 32 syllable letters, and when we broke them, they are into 40 syllable, and at the part, making them part into vowels and consonant, we broke them into 80 and so on. Now, at that point, from the moon disk and so on, generation of the mirror-like wisdom, and from the consonants and the redness of the moon disk, the equalizing wisdom. So in that, because of that presence of consonants there, so the parts of the consonants are also present in this practice.
조소 동바 혼로 와서와 혼로 있다 딩해리 야래요. 딩해는 다와다 친주 마제 공라 알리칼리 마제 공라 쇼나다 냐담베서 소바 이만고 하서 동예 공부래. 조소 동바사 조소수 조동바 레고 도바 고도마수 나타 고송들이. 제가 방이디야 미미바체니 동예 고야 되래. 조소 동바스 나타 고송 조동바 고 나바타바 고동바 마스다 chama meba ngo tomba te tomba ni debu tomba de noba meba je jure ngo chu son ra ji ma ru tomba ni go ya de ta chwa chu go lam chi go to ni go ma de.
So now
ju so tomba kon ro was to ni go sa ni jin nan da wa ta ka chin che go ro ba chen ho la to ni go je ju so tomba kon ro wa je.
So in the next line it says that being preceded by the cause and so on empty, cause and so on empty. So it meant like the meditation on the three doors or liberation. That is the meditation on emptiness, and that we already did before that moon disk and so on. That is our meditation on the emptiness during our taking up the Dhammaka as path. At that time, we had those meditation on the emptiness. For instance, the meditation on the emptiness of its cause is identity, emptiness of the result, and so on. So that is present too.
Jo so tomba se de jo debar madruba de chema meba.
So
Soguna la ngo debar madruba tomba ni. Debu demar madruba meba mebas tomba ni chema meba meba mebas nata gosung dosire.
So the cause and so on, empty, right? As it says, the cause, because of the its cause itself being the void of inherent existence, the signless, because of its identity itself lack of inherent existence, voidness, because of the result itself being lack of inherent existence, the member as wish, without wish or void of wishing, or the member. So those are the three.
Ta yine nata gosung di abo shen wore ta di ci de jin yore ma zo tab di le sha bare tab de bo re ma to shen to se ge yo ma re ya gi la ge tin se mo da ge sha la ma son re ji da tin de re ba di ine se de la ge yo bo yu de tin de bo re jo tom ba ngo tom ba de bo tom ba sung nata gosung ja ya de re ji de re ba di to re di yo ma re se ge ta pi cha na to na.
So this is our prior to the others. We had already done the meditation on the emptiness, right? So that is fulfilled, or that's complete. Now these three words, as we said just now, the emptiness of the cause, identity, and result, and though it is a fact, it's correct, But in terms of the wording, where we word or label, there's again a little bit the maribum, which means that little bit they're uncomfortable to say that way because of the some word catchy words.
There's a Maria,
So they're a little bit catchy about the words, where they're worded, where they're labeled. I think in this whole hall, I can see one person who understands it. There's a Gishi in front of me.
Taya Trasa Les on the Trasa Pichas, Sevu Shagri, Sheji Yori, Lamanjole Shea Yomare, Lamanjo Chirimbasula. Tati Tanda, the dogs of Masha and Mendicanchi, Shenaneo, to Sergei dogs of Mendican. I changed that word, Ben Tanga Sevu Pekuto Shaggy.
So it is very important, like in the monasteries, there are lots of those who study, they do know, and every one of them know. Otherwise, there are not many of the others, monks may not also know it. But since it is very important that I will try to give you an illustration about that.
Nyogu Yoro Abena, Jangba, Nyoguya Jinwa Joro, Kola Ju, Sun Dover Sun Juri, Jangwaya Jinwa, the current Nyogu Coronal Chajan, Nyogu Moje. Tan Nyogu Delea, Nimachida Shani, Drebu Miwadi, Nyogugan Drevuche.
So a shoot, let's take a shoot as example, or seedling. The seed is its cause, and the seedling or the shoot itself is its identity, or the ngowo. I translated identity from Tibetan word ngowo, which is sometimes translated as nature. Here as identity or the ngowo, and the harvest is which crop which it bears later. That is the result.
Tatagana Jinduji, Chukan, but the Chinga you can sola, Judan Jebung, who you deva Shadari.
So all composite phenomena that which are subject to the birth and decomposition, they have these three factors or three features. That is the cause and the nature or the identity or the ngowo and the result.
Ya Nugu Korang Jun, Sabin de Ontigan, Sabin Korang Hoje, Sabin Gujuji, the Juji, Sabin Devu, Nugu the Queen Devure. That's all the Chaja and Yama de Jo Korango, the Joma de Devuja, the General, the Sundachil Chaja and Haji Basung and the Jukanga, Junde Sung Jadon Tendeva.
But relative or compared or relative to this cause seed itself, again, each cause becomes its cause, and the seed itself is its identity, and the seedling becomes its result. And that goes with any singular item of the composite phenomena. On its own, it becomes the identity, and its cause becomes its cause, and whatever result it bears goes as its result, right? Is forthcoming.
Tangana Sutagisia, Modema Madua Tony, Sudu, but the Nugu Ondojana, Nugu Dema Madua, Nugu getting Tonyche. So Judema Madua, Sama Mevasudu, Nugu Judema Madua, Nugu getting Sama Mevas. Devu Dema Madua, Meva Meva, Nugu Devu. Don't know what the mean at it. The Mamadu, Nuguting, Pemel, Java, the Tirigio Mare. Nuguting is Sama Meva, Meva Meva, Tumanya Sunjalo, Nugutonia. Nugu de Judeba Madu, Juitonia Remadova Chigi, Nugutonia Mare. Nugu Drevu Dema Maduba, Nugu Drevu Tonia Remado, the Nugutonia Mare. There's a Jewish Muyo, the Lavandi.
So our problem we are saying now, as we said, the the void of inherent existence of each cause. Now, our illustration example was seedling, right? The seedling. Now it's a seedling. The void of inherent existence of its cause, being signless, and the identity, the void of inherent existence of identity itself, the voidness, and void of inherent existence of its result, the without wish or member. Now those all three should be the emptiness of the seedling, or emptiness of the seedling or that shoot. But whereas the void of inherent existence of cause and its signlessness, now that becomes the voidness of the each cause, that is the seed which has already preceded. So thus that whereas the voidness of these all three we should be able to establish these all three features of the voidness upon the single shoot or the seedling itself.
That's all the Nyogu Koran Deva Maruva Koretonia Range. Tan Yogu Julie Chivarova. Nyogu Julie Chiva Inza, Nyogu Demar to Julie Michiva Asiwata. Nyogu Julie Chicha Demar to Julie Michiva de Kuraktonia. Nyogu Judemar Maruva Jutonia Resgrita. Kuni Cheo.
So now what we should be able to try to say is that the seedling itself, being lack of inherent existence, is the voidness of the seedling, right? But seedling not being the result or not being the generation forth from the truly existence cause is the voidness of the seedling. Whereas the seedling being the result of the lack of inherent existence cause is not the voidness of the seedling, because that becomes the voidness of its cause, but not the voidness of itself.
Taga naji nyugu drevu chigre, korale nima cheda shayung chaya yordan. Drevu chigre di, kuin drevu ranshi maruwa, demar maruwa, drevu tongye reba. Ta korangi ono tongye drevu tola kanda shagorisa, nyugu drevu chigre di, demar trubi drevu chigu ma reja. Nyugu demar trubi drevu mikiwa di, nyugu mamba meba asiyagore.
So, the seedling not bearing a inherently existent result is the lack of inherent existence of the result of that seed. So seed shoot or the seedling, and that is the without wish or the lack of inherent existence of the result of the seedling. Whereas the lack of the inherent existence of this each result does not become the voidness of that shoot or the seedling, since lack of the inherent existence of each result is the voidness of a separate entity, that is the voidness of each result, not the voidness of the seedling. So, not bearing inherently existent seedling not bearing the inherently existent result is the lack of inherent existent, not bearing the seedling not bearing the inherently existent result is the voidness of the shoot or that seedling, is the voidness, or without seed, without wish, named after it, without wish.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The truth.
Nyugu tembo devu miji wo
nyugu devu chigre de dema devu miji wa de meba meba se nyugu juli su chigi wa de dema devu juli miji wa de sema meba to ja yong de ani chig din de yo.
So if
Senye
you,
pe gishi tsukwe chen daya yo ma re.
so if you could say, that the seedling, okay, not being caused by or not born from the inherently existent cause is the voidness of the seedling. Seedling not bearing the inherently existent result is the voidness of the seedling. Whereas the seedling, the voidness of the each result, the voidness of each result where it is worded in the three doors, right? Where it is worded like the lack of inherent existence of cause, identity, and result. If you say like that, then they become the impermanence, voidness of three items, separate items. Whereas to be able to protect yourself so that you won't be crushed down by those debaters, then we have to protect ourselves in such a manner. Then they won't be able to put you down.
Da senye pa su kaga dewa ma da.
Otherwise, those who are trained in debate, they won't, excuse me, shut up.
Tela
They will
thaba siya
just,
mengen de chi re, de senye pa kaga dewa ma re. Me de ya ka re se na. Da wana, nyogo de ma zhubi juli mi chi wa di nyogo tong nian yi na, nyogo rangshin zhubi juli mi chi wa ya nyogo tong nian yi gu. Nyogo dali mi chi wa ya tong nian yi gu. Te ina daji me wa tong nian yi wu du, su oma na la daji me wa tong nian ma yin se ya pe sha yo re. Yang chasang chi ki yi cha na la, yang de to si chi, ke do to si chi, da tu xie mo gu xie cha di ne su chi ke di tu gu ma re. Oh yes.
So, what?
Xie mo. Da tsema me ba, mba me ba, tumba nye mi ta gu ya de kari re se na, ju ki cha ne tsema me ba se gu ya de, ju de le tsema se ya de, tsema le gu ju ni yo re. Da dang tsema se nge de. Da dang tsema de le shi je ge tsema de, ji je ge tsema ni gu ju yo re.
So, now, as we said, that cause, voidness of the cause, identity or nature, and the result, right? Now, the cause we said signless, right? The being void of inherent existence of cause, and in bracket we had the signless, hammer never, without sign or signless.
Da ji je ge tsema le gu song yi zan ya ju le gu gu ndu gen de. An ju yi tu, ju le mi je wa de, tsema me ba se de je.
So sign is of two kinds. The sign that with which we can induce a reason, or sign which bear a result. So in this case, sign which bear a result.
Ju le tsema se gu ya, ju le de je, ji ye ge tsema je. Dan de bu le men ba se gu re, men ja. Men ja yin lu gan de re se na, ju le ka le ja de ya de, de bu le ye men chi gu yo. De bu ja ayong san de ka le ja ne, de bu le ye men chi gu yo. Nga rang so gong ja, chu shu ka le ja, shi da chi ya de, ya bu ja ayong san, de bu le ye men chi gu yo.
So we said the lack of inherent existence of the result, and in bracket we did use the word without wish or wishless. Or that, why do we practice so hard that we wish for something, right? We aspire for something.
Songpa se zhe zhi xin pa pa ju su su ju de ya de, ke sang che le ye men chi gu, de bu.
When the businessman runs around all day and night, they have a wish for a profit.
Nga rang so rang xin tsang ma ge be, mi ge yo ju le hab do ja de be, mi ge yo sha da le de gu ya de, wa de du nge ji ra ayong san, du bu ji nyu ya ge tab shi zhe de gu yo, de bu. Mi ge yo ju ge de bu, du nge ji ayong san, re wo che de yo re. Ma de sa de, re bu de bu le me yo re, ju le me ya ka yin ba de.
So, our indulgence in the 10 non-virtuous activities and being preoccupied in involvement with the 10 non-virtuous activity is our wishing for the sufferings on our part.
Kāng tā kāng yī na mē chā tī rē wū yī zāng, tā rē wū tīng kī rāng shē mē bā chā chā yōng tū, tī lā mē bā mē bā sī mī tā bā rē.
So, for whatever result is forthcoming as a result of that activity, and so we named that on the voidness of, upon the result as member without wish. That's part of
Tā
it.
rāng lō oma tēnchū yu lō lā tīndē rē. Tā yā chū tā shāma tsū chīgī yī na nā tā gu sōng shā lō tā mē tā sū chū rū gu tō lā shā yā tāng. Jā jē lē sōng gu tō shā tōmu tā tōmu mā yī mā nī nī shā gu rē tē tēnchū yu lō tōmu tī yō mā rē. Nā tā gu sōng lā bē nyā ngē lē dā bā tō bē tā bī shī gu nī bā mē bā mā tō tōmu nā tā gu sōng shā gu mā rē. Shāma tsū gu shā yōng tū tsāma mē bā lā ndū chē chī tsāma jī sī yā ndā bō member meval meja maimbai pangja imbal cha ja go ngado sheba mambu ne go ya mendo pesa ta ke sugore.
So now this is the way the great Prasangika Madhyamikans try to establish about the fact of the impermanent, the fact of the emptiness and those three doors, right? Three doors of the liberation. These are what we call three doors of liberation: signless, voidness, and the without wish. And as you saw, that where they are labeled. And otherwise, the Nanta Gosum, the three doors of liberation, in the lower schools of the Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist philosophical schools, in some they try to establish that
Ti junze di xia yibe, ti ma tu juma nge xia di xia mugu simba, mugu di ma xia ma tu tungu chulu.
And those are 16, you know, on the 16 features of the Four Noble Truths, as you remember, 16 aspects, without impermanence and so on, the 16 features of the Noble Truth. And they try to establish the three doors of liberation along with those 16, or some on the Chajit lesson, which means that the action acted and the object upon which the action is done. And they try to establish the three doors of liberation along with that line, or some signless as dividing that into four and so on. So much into detail is just for as just a reference of its scope. I'm trying to say, so we do not need that in any lengthier discussion here.
Correct.
So I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say those. Because it will just confuse us, and so.
Chiji dungshi, medas juru mamu sheja, tuta shamatsu, ritali divache. Tandi tanda, nurdiona nada gusungte, tomba nyere, tomba nye gombe, tinge zila sewa, chewa chuku kalam chidire. Josu tomba kondwa sa, degin konda, showa nada nyana meza soba imako, chuku lan shakoya, lan o tirang res, tati ngonzija.
So the three doors of liberation, that as it says, that cause and so on, the witness being preceded. That's the, I'm just going the literal translation, okay? Being preceded by the cause and so on emptiness. The cause and so on, as so on includes now the signless and the without wish. And those we had done during with that mantra, taking the Dharmakayas path. At that meditation, we had those.
Chewa chukulam chedires, tani suwa, chewa chukulam chedire. Chezan, manzo, jusu tumba kondruwa seya diye, nanju chuji nala le nukwaan changyo che.
So now this factor is also present in our 11 yoga, right? We do that during our practice on the taking of the Dharmakaya as on our path.
Dijeya. Ta, dumba, juba dhala soba ni esya dire.
Now the seventh one is, it says here, juba as entry, da as sound, and so on. The entry, sound, and so on.
Juba dhala soba ni chise dube jurden bas, juba dhala soba ni maaje mige dube jurwata den bas, teparu sasang jizung, juba dhala soba seya dire, dumba di, ange dumba dire es. Oh yeah, tenye dumba di.
So seventh factor is, as it says, the following of the sound and so on to the duba as the gathering, until the gathering, just have them in bracket. It's and this follows a sequence.
Then Nanju Chujigan and the Kavandu Sana, Dala Soba, Dragi Kedu, Nandari is Lash.
So now, where do we find that in our 11 yoga? The sound here, the sound, each derivative word in Sanskrit is the Nanda.
Nanda Sia Sanskrit Ke Nala, Dala Kuguya, Zugla Kuguya, Niyori. Chesandi Kedu Chiba Nanda Kugoris.
So sound here is to be understood for the Nanda. The Nanda can be understood for two things. It could mean two things, either form or sound. But here for the sound.
Chedang Dinjo Gola the Dan Hot Dubangal Rangis in Nande Zupa, Shantra, Nahaneba Jurus and Nanda Reti, Tarin Nanda Misebe, Tilin Dasi, Pamjane, Pai Zobari. The Doi Zona Imbala number Pai Mambu General Nahaneba Jurus, Gola Nanda Yori, Teola Dasi Yori, Tili Yori, Dasi Yori, Pam Yori, Chesa Della Soba, Sogunala, Dasi Tilikangale, Pai Diri. Pai Nahaneba de Padulungulam Chitri. So
as it says, followed the sound and song. The sound I explained that meant that Nanda or that squiggle, right, on top. In the Hiruka practice, that you have just Nanda, whereas in this practice we have Nanda and that ball and then that saucer or the crescent moon and the silver little palm. So complete, they're complete. So that whole complete set, as it says, sound and so forth. So forth includes all of them. And
this one, Pangi one, Longchilang Chetiche. Town Kola Pangi till Nanda Reti, Jubas, we are Karesan, Pangin Panazan, Mamegi Chunjungi. Country Ma should do it. Sanjay Yungi Johnson Kamang use Jolen Samba Jen Pemata the shoes joy or the Juba the Shuba Jury.
So that formation of that slave letter from the bliss and void appearing in the form of syllable letter palm, we hold the Sambhogakaya, right? And then that, as it says here just before, followed or the entry by sound and so forth. That entry. Now that syllable letter palm in as if in form of taking a birth, then entered into that moon and syllable letters, right? So that's what's meant by entry here in this root text.
Kasanda Shea de Kuzu Nungu Yorba, Gungu Yorba, Chesangi Riva. So they don't image showing that the Jadambaza Suba Imako, Satonia Goya de Josu Tomba Kondroche. That Tomba Yeti on the that they don't know what you do with Tomba Rangus and the Dumbuzuna in Bapaima, but generally Nakadneba Jurus, Pai Nakadneba de Jubadal Sobache. Nandache. Then Juba said, Tumbe Mali Chunjungu so Suman Hati, Pai de Teshu. Juba, ya. Tele Sasoma, the Kosomada. Oh, yeah.
So now since you do the practice by yourself, now it becomes real clear, like with Shuanata, with that mantra, along with that mantra, you set in a contemplation of the great emptiness and bliss, right? And from within the state of that emptiness of bliss and void, that mind itself in the form of the visual form of celebrated palm, you appeared, that is the sound, right here, sound, as we said. Now it's entry of that complete celebrated palm into this moon disk and circle of the mantra. Now that is the entry, right? So
So
you all have meditated on that, and that all of these has been explained already. I hope you all know.
Tā pāñi mā shū tsā ni te gōngyā tēnti yinpa pāñi dāyā shū pāñi ngāri tā chāpa dā wuzē chū kōdē chū nō chū tam chā dō chū nā chū pa rāngshē tu chā ni tsū ndū sū tsū dū yinpa yuwa tsū dū tēnā bē kāngā lō tsū dū ni pāñi ngāri dāwa tā chāpa dā tsū dū pa rā wā jisē dū bē jū dēn mā sī tērē.
So now after they enter the syllable palm inside this in the center of this the mantra, circle the mantra on the moon disk, then you glow or you emanated forth immense light which touches and transforms all the worldly and transworldly phenomena and beings and bring them back or gather them all back into the syllable circle of mantra and transform into a ball of light, right? So that's what it meant by until gather. You got the word gather there, haven't you? Gather. So that's the what it's meant by gather.
Tā kāngā sū dū ni ō chī gōmbu chī tu chū ni nān chū mē tēn tā tēn bē chū ngō yōng zō lē yīmbā rā wā yīmbā ō yā tā tē mā lē sā rā wā rē bāng tī gu mā rē tē nī chū shī tī ngō tāng tā kā bā yō yō lā tā tsē wā rē tā gō bā dū chī chīng jē nyāng yēn dē dō gō dū chī chīng jē ō yā dū chī chīng jē chī tī nī dē kā rē sā na dū chī chīng jē tē wā nā chō rē 오모 사브들 메자 오모 아우사 레디 츠니 치추 나추 상추 뭐 대권은 쳐봐 간거 디 성그리.
So as you know that our gathering of all of them back into that circular mantra and palm, then you transform yourself instantaneously into a ball of light and into the complete version of the venerable deity. And so these 14 factors which we are going over here, now this is gather, what it says here, gather. So you'll find that if you look here and there, you'll find all 14 of them inside our sadhana. Now next it says being satiated or being fully fulfilled by the nectar. Now fulfilled by the nectar, as you remember, the enjoyment of the nectar or tasting the nectar and also the making of the external, internal, secret and suchness offering and so on, that is this factor. And also later we make the dharma offering that will also belong under this section titled as satisfying with nectar. Satisfying with and a yoga of the tasting the nectar that will also belong under the section of the satisfying with nectar. So now the next factor or the thingy says that Nyangen de or the nirvana or the beyond suffering. The beyond suffering. Now the beyond suffering or the nirvana here meant the inconceivable yoga. Inconceivable, sorry.
신주대배 본봉하다 감주 감시다 본봉하다 나시 주다 강가수 뒤에네 신우거래. 내가 나시 간데 사도 녀도 제원디베 도처 송고 강가수 뒤에네 후일에도 동바 정거래. 대지바요래. 냥엔데서야디 드림 삼미쳐들. 삼미쳐 도모 많이 버니요래.
So now this 냥엔데 or the beyond suffering or the nirvana. So just as when we die, as all the five consciousness, the four elements and so on, they gather, right? They gather and they merge into the later and we pass. In the same way, also that in the inconceivable yoga that we gather, they all into oneself, so that's why it is called beyond suffering.
주바스남 냥에데 냥데치 디니치야 다 주지바데 라베 쳐바 온그로 와사 주지바 라쳐리
So now the 10th inconceivable yoga, common inconceivable yoga, now that belongs under the section of the beyond suffering, or title as 114. Now 11th factor of the Teni is Lakbe Choba, the hand puja.
다 라쳐 데라 콜로 딤조가 라쳐다 내주가 라쳐 니요레
So it has two types of the hand puja or hand offering, one of the Heruka and one of the Vajrayogini.
당고 스테야 라베 쳐바 스템바레 레데 당시 돈바 야고 송고야 데 디코노 도레
So though it directly, explicitly, though it says hand puja, but implicit is that that we should keep our commitments and pledges pure.
연배 건조요 대용거레 연배 건조고 조 라쳐레
Also, it explains, or as also it leads for the left mannerism or the yumbe kunja, the behavior to start with left, and amongst all the behaviors of the left, the most prominent one is the hand puja.
연배 건조 데자 녀외 내주요 되는 대용거레
And
녀외 내주 당외 내주
so thus it also includes the sleeping yoga and awakening yoga.
뭐야 저런지 내주 패치를 되게 두셔버린다
So thus all the yoga or activity are included within this section.
다 라베 쳐바 온그로 와서 누구 온그로 와들라 멜랑 조롱게 온도 조랑 고롱게 첼럽 신드레 첼럽다 딩조 치라게 온제 고야 니제
So now the Wangkuwa initiation, the 12th, it says initiation. Now initiation is of two, that is the to initiate, to make a candidate worthy of practice or meditation, and to initiate a person to meditate on the liberating path. And that is those two initiation of the Charasamara and Sindhura Mandala blessings you have received.
온그로 지대가 되나 도용어레
And
라네 온그로야 되나 도용어레
also you are converting yourself initiation in sadhana and adorning yourself with the head of family, that also belongs under this section.
니냐레 아버지 레롱제도 되네 태고래 되는 온그로 쳐오레 멜랑 조롱게 온 딤조 치라 온그로 쳐오레 조랑 고롱게 온데라 신드레 첼럽 온그로 쳐오레
So after doing a proper practice of the required retreats and proper practices and so on, then you can seat yourself on a high throne and pass on the initiations to your disciple, to make your disciple suitable for the practice of the developing stages by giving the initiation of the Heruka and so on, and also making them worthy or proper candidate for the practice of the Chalam or the liberating path, and giving the blessings of the Sindhur Mandala of this Naljuma practice. Not only you can initiate your own disciples, you can even initiate or influence even their deities.
Ramne jeva chedu hache lale onku gor rong da jule lale onkur
when you do grand consecrations, those times you do not only take the initiation upon yourself, you do not only self-initiate, but you also confer the initiation on the deity when you do the consecration, the grand consecrations.
다제 탈에 20번 차는 온구지도 요바 온라 내조제자 랑게 온랑라 온구지데제 대 온구기 티니리.
And at the end of the Daki, as you do remember that you received entire deities of the mandala, and then you confer yourself initiations, and then have the head of family sitting on the crown of your head, that is also belong to the section of the initiation.
쇼게 야랑 추제베 고두 야 온구나 셴게 온라 젠장 추게 nenjoyoro 대 온구기 티니리.
And in the mornings when you do the wash-ups, that you invoke the initiation conferring deities, and you receive the ablution from them, and that too also belong under this section.
다 거사 라베셔바 온구로 니송 온구로 니송 중니 니송 다 주송바 고차 침부 양다송.
So now we're at 12, don't you? You have the 12. Now the 13th one, as it says, protect your great armaments.
고차 침부 양다송 세야디 대와 온방마부 니가 한 양오부 시제 고차 고야 되레.
So now that is the protection with the great armaments. That is when you armor yourself with those liberators at your 6 places.
nenjoge 거래는 고차 침부 창어 제송요. nenjo마라 고차당 창어 니요. 창어스 소마스야 더상게 되레.
And in the Techo practice, we have the armor, the great armor, and samga, that mantra on Sumban, so on. And whereas in Neljama, we have the adorning ourselves with the armor and the mantra, that samga, that Sumban.
다 나나 거지 쳐봐. 설마에 나나 거지 쳐봐 자 설베.
나도 좋자.
나나 거지 쳐봐 자 주지봐. 대니 주지봐 나나 거지 쳐봐데 나한테다 얘네니. 나한테 퉁그 나도돼야 돼 하고 쳐버려. 얘네 제는 하도야 돼 하지 쳐버려. 공진도 버돼 하지 쳐버려.
So the 14th thing or the factor. Now as it says that offer with all the mantras. Now offer with all the mantra meant, for instance, your verbal recitation, that is also making offering with the mantra, your mental recitation, and so are those 8 lines. Prayer of the 8 lines, Kange, and that is also the making offering of the mantras.
다 드니 주지 창송한 가서 낮에 예배되라. 내주 주지 창도고 드니 주지 창도고 어야. 낮에 집에 고야 참은 상대 낮에 예배 대신이라데 야슈지래.
So now when you check through your long sadhana, now you did find that it includes or it encompasses all these 14 factors, right? You found that all these 14 factors or thingies are present in your sadhana. And also you found that it does encompass or cover all the 11 yogas. So this Dechin Yelam, the speedy path for the great bliss, named after a speedy path for the great bliss. This sadhana is a great, wonderful one.
다 낮에 인증부 쉬고 주제가 지어래.
Now there's another sadhana which is only about 6 pages.
대다 지리 내주 주지 창요래.
That has all the 11 yogas.
드니 주지 창요 말이.
But does not have the all 14 thinis or the factors.
낮에 두번 쇼지만 지어래.
Now the shortest one, which has only one page,
Tila Nanjo Juji Sanyo Mari.
that does not even have the complete 11 yogas.
Oda di Chunani, Jeva de Atuta, Timato and Rimba Nogone Kameri. Dubati Ndonata, Sagoya and Deva Chiagi, Mesachiagi, Guicho Amado, Nanjo Juji Sanyagi, Yang, Tumu Maimba, Mamuchi Tsongi Mari.
So it best that please try to say the longest sadhana, since that includes every one of these without missing any, and if not, the middle, and then a small one, that just fulfills one's meditation of the deity and the recitation of the mantra.
That Hindi Bajia. Takasi Nanju Juji Nani, Mande Yene Niji, Mande Yene Shetari. That's some Chetan, Jolani Shejudeo. Gubangande Yene Shetarivana.
So out of the 11 yogas, we discussed about the mental and verbal recitations yesterday. Now the remaining are the inconceivable yoga and
That's some Shell some Shell Tomoto Tomo Maiba Niri.
so now the inconceivable yoga is easy. It is of two kinds, that common and uncommon.
Tomo to Jendi go the Chedia Durim Diri.
So common is the adurim, or how we gather everything into yourself.
Then Gande Yende Gigola, Luigi de Salomata Yushayona, Durin Chekala, Luigi de set up, Luigi set up, Ninge, Tasonju Sudunti.
So that if you haven't been visualizing on the body mandala during your recitation, then again that clear up, envision the body mandala again back here, bring them back on focus.
That Zomo, Luigi Sodung, Zomo, Zomu Toga Pangi, Tizimul, Ozemabu Badu Mevachuni, Ozemabu give Nakataja to do comes on Tamjil Bachap.
Now from the heart of the at the heart of the principal deity, that out of 37 principal deity at center, at her heart we have slivered the palm, and from the tip of that palm, then you send forth immense light which fills the entire length of the space itself.
Ta Zume Kante Zukan Lolo Yube on the Tony, using a Jimensin Giori. Zume Nal Zumeva Yinza, Zume Jolly and Rukensu, Nagaral Chideomoto, such a Lumabe Lolo Numusia Giori. Loma come to Meshingam such a Lolo Mene, Kanza Lolo Yori. Zume Kanza Kaka Yori. Ta Kanta Yimbe, Uzema of the Consul of Achel, Zume Kamge, no, that no, the Jusine, no. Zomekana, Zuzawin Meva Siju Amare, Zomekana, Semi Yotal Meva, Simgushimbe Long Yori, Long Yotal Meva Zuyori, Zutamu Yori. Kalu, the Nubinezula. Oda Kandari Zomekan with Sinje Manguyori, Zomekan Naid, Nakate, Nashite, Giame, Sisje, Zome Rigiori. Tenegibe Nurta, that Nurgibe Jite, such a town. Shingam Manaya, Zuma Rigila Nebe Sinjensu, Pokam Jiche, Meiji Pumbuji, Pum Lasobakan, Zuma Kanga Dubakan, but Jose Hubu Navachantis, so Timne, Rangi Gaya, Demba Yajav, Turtle, so watching Chilatim.
So now then the formless realm, right, by sending forth light to entire 10 direction. Now formless realm, there's a discussion saying that since there's in the formless realm, there's no form as such, so there are no special abode for them is necessary. That once a person is to be born in formless realm, they take their birth right on that spot, because they do not.
Kansong Tanje Chap, Zome Kansong Human, Legitoji Chala Tim Stiri.
So we do not need to go any further, they say, but since that it is without form, but since they have a mind, subtle mind, and wherever there's mind, we do know that there's a carrier wind which has form, right? Carrier wind with it, so which is form, and also the formless realm is of four kind, that is extensive like space, extensive like consciousness, nothingness, and tip of the worldly existence, and so on. So all of the formless realm in the form of dark blue blue color, that and therefore four later aggregates and so on. Every one of them in a dark blue color absorbs into your upper part of your body in the form of blue color and fills up to your neck.
That's Zokang Neri Chudun Yori, Tangshu Dudi. Zokang Gebe Ne, Nene Yatsin Rugin, Ne Tombo Sande Tombo Netiri, Sande Tombo Ne, Tangshu Sun Yori.
So, Sukham, or the form realm, the realm of the form, now that has about the 17 abodes, 17 abodes of the levels. And if you start from the bottom to the top, the first one, that in the first samadhi, now it has 3 levels. First samadhi, it has 3 levels.
Ne Tao Niki Poru Tarim Bushibu Yori, Chazane Lebe, Zobuli Jata Susi Jachumu Yori, Ne Ka Tangshu Sun Yori, Changri, Changchen, Chamba Nunan Sunche.
So now the first samadhi that has 3 abodes and one above another, that distance between the two which could hold the thousands of the world in between, and those 3 are like, for instance, Changri, the family of the Brahma.
Mida Samara Nushu. Yores Shuya.
So
Sunday Nibale Ne Sun Yores Shuya.
So now, if you can name them, it's all right. You could just say there are 3 levels in the first samadhi, and also in second samadhi, there are 3 levels or the abodes.
Ta Uchung Use Tseme Sung, Yang Gichung Gije Tseme Gisung, and Debuchewa. Shadow Tonga Chano Nova Sumuche, Micho, Medoma Shanto Chano, Nezangari, Ali Tom Sumbutil Garsa, Teme Sunachi, Teme Debuche Sumre, Jaza Ne, the Sunday Jigane, Tansho Sun Suja, Ne Juni, and the Suju Yori. Taigato Nezong Sjanio, Nayori, Micho, Medova, Shadow Tonga, Chano Nova, Women Nayori. The Sanjay Shin woman go to go to Mare, the nays of Zoka, the Tangshu, Judu. So what I tell you about Simje, Ne, Susu Jay Conta, Lumbo Kora Tanjava, Samalo, Mabu number Shuyune, Uzemabu number Suranga Luji Paralatim Mijo, Zoka, Uzemabu number Paji Chalatim, they were in Drema Porul Timuri, they were in Drema Baja, Zugul Tutim. Oh, yeah. Ne Mida watch it, that Mida Pemba Yama, Koransu Igmari.
So now the third level, third samadhi, that has also 3 abodes, one above another, which we may not name, and because we may not be able to just remember the names. And whereas the fourth samadhi, that has the 8 abodes, but the first 3 are the for the ordinary sentient beings, whereas the later 5 are the exclusive for the Aryas.
So come the thing you do was a mabure, Zuman Conhotimo, Mosem Hobo, watching Chility. Zokan Erich, you know, there was a marble, a Martin dealers with him.
And all the form realm, they all dissolve into red light, and in a very glowy red color that they absorb into the middle part of your body.
단 너감 팅고 너감들라 제주 오제 마제바 냐와나메니 야제바 도바르는 마제 못이 도메 야제세요 우리 제주 오제 추가 가데 더브제 손주자송 다다 지참아서 아 자세리지 오래 제 너라리 주요 더마 제주 오제레 대오라 추가리 대오라 가데리 대오라 손주자송레 더브제리 그래서 강간 나가자 야요 손주자송레라고 있을래요 되는 저렇게 봐 오미게 자세리지 하네 당시에는 주요 너라리 주지야 미다 먹어지다.
So now there are the desire which we can say counting down from Shinju Wangzi, which is top to the hell without respite.
다데마 미네 데라 지금 링시 링천 종니제 링천 제제 종니제
Hell without respite, and in the desire realm, the celestial beings abode in the celestial beings of the desire realm that itself has six abodes amongst themselves, and the least one is right above the top of the Mount Meru, and amongst the humans there are 4 continents and 4 continents and 8 islands, that makes 12.
다 이렇게 제가 여자야 되는데 제가 뭐 추선 노베 그저 고베 노루 쉘마 사마이게 내시
And the Mount Meru itself, which is half merged down into the ocean and half on the top, and in between there's place for the Asuras.
단디 올라마 지금 돈주네데 림바를 파요 림바를 뭐바나 돈주링이나 저베 시작이 다른 부처네 니만 다와게 마셀이 나고 돈주 강가 루산메 바 마타기 쳐네야 봉샤바도 돈주긴데 유지기요야.
And the place for the animals, especially in the very dark ocean, that the magnitude of their number, that which is so crowded, there's hardly even any space for the move. And even below them, there are abode or the places for the predators, were as many as 36 of the number. And in the hell realm, there are great 8 hot hells and 8 cold hells.
단 뇌배 강 용소 조바데 어제 까부 남아 소팅고래 대서 강가로베 신제지고 말이 레다 사다 초다 용조 어제 까부 남발을 쉬는 소팅 용도 나라서 내주 마군자베 요사기치 춘중야 소팅고래 오게 주대 오게 지제던 투세 나서 배마다 니메진고 단체봐야 되네 내주 먹고수 찍고 자고래 대매게 잘티 대와 맞아 고수를 어제 까부
So now they all the desire realm in the form of red light, they began to dissolve into oneself. Now along with the one's Chunjung and even Chunjung and the sun and moon, so sun cushion and Maheshwara and the Tuisanma, and so on. All of them dissolve into oneself. In form of white color. So now oneself appearing in form of Neljuma, that too gets smaller inside and dissolves at the center of one's heart. Now the Chunjung at the center of heart dissolves into the moon disk at the heart. And that moon disk dissolves into the 32 deities.
Tete na lo ga la jil ting.
So that Chunjung dissolves into those 32 deities, and those 32 into those 4 at the center.
La jibu de zomu chi lu ji ga zomu la ting.
And those 4 deities into the main figure of the body mandala at the center.
Zomu yang su wo de shin korang tu ge chunju de la ting.
That main figure at the center, she too melts into light and dissolves into the Chunjung at her heart.
Chunju de te ji ge da we jing go la ting.
The Chunjung dissolves into the moon disk at the center.
Da wa te ti ge kha yi ge sung ju sun yi de la ting on so ma.
The moon disk dissolves into the 32 3-syllable letter Om mantra.
Te ya ji ge bang yi de la ting.
And that they dissolve into the center figure, the syllable letter Pam.
Bang yi de wo ni ya rimbe ting na nanda ba de nanda ya mi ba chen ta che me le dong sang den ro ne ani chu ju go ngo yi sam be de dong nga la nyam ri sha.
That Pam 2 gradually from the bottom and then absorb and merge into the finest of the squiggle or Nanda, and then and disappears into the state of the emptiness, and you contemplate on the Dong or the Dong or the bliss in the void for a while.
Le ji go me na ni che chu na jo ma chun ju le tin chun ju da wa le tin da wa na jo su ni yo ma ro da wa ma chin le tin han ji ba yi le tin ma do te po ru ge chun ju da na jo ma su ni su je zo mo che yo ma re te ma do te be su su le ji ma go ma yi na te yu ju re le ji go yo ne da de she ba na ji pe sha koro na yo re pa de cho yo re san lo te ya wu ji dong wa da de sam mi che ji ne ju te re.
So if you haven't meditated or if you haven't done the body mandala, then you need not have the dissolution of the moon disk, dissolution of that inner Chunjung into the again the center yogini, that part you don't need that. After you have dissolved yourself into the Chunjung and then Chunjung into the moon disk, and moon disk starts into the syllable letter and palm, and then you can just go. And it is very clear it's very clear in your sadhana, and if you follow that, you will be able to do it right.
Sami cheji neju techi ya.
So
that juji bo jolam ge neju re.
So this is the yoga of the inconceivable. The element is the yoga of the activity.
Jolam ge neju de jolam wo ta jolam ge yela ni.
It is of two, the actual activity and the parts of the activities.
Jolam wo ta la jolam ge la dong dong be nga le ra ni ge do jin ne ju ma chu ru sa ti che. Da dong ba de nga ne ka ke ya ma da dong sa sa ne ma le be na ga dong ba le lo bu de tin cho yu ma na jin che ne. Na ga jin me le jin de ba na jin che ne be yang da ge dong ba de nga ne dong be su na de dong gu su na rang do jin ne ju ma gu do ma bu xie jia yong su zo ge ji ju su nu sa ma che.
So now the oneself, the actual activity, the yoga activity is that oneself in the state of the bliss and void, then there suddenly or instantaneously there appears the complete version of the Venerable Vajrayogini, who is the appearance of the bliss and void. The dong sungnam, the dong, the appearance of the bliss and void, and just like the sudden appearance of the cloud in this sky.
Nanjo ba jian sha lo yong su zo ba jian sha de ba du jun ke sin xie ba da jie nang xin chang de ba yin ba da zhi gu tu ba guo ma re.
So Naljoma, that with the presence of or adorned by all the ornaments as explained earlier, but without the curved knife and skull cup in her hand.
jen chalo yung su zo ba jen yo la chasen me ba chasen ki de jigu ke an jo la ge le ga sama le jigu de sho sama ni de ba ja sama ma de yo re ti.
So that as it says that they with old ornaments but they without implements, otherwise in your activities that you'll have feel quite little uneasiness, since you wouldn't find a place to leave your curved knife when you need your hand to do some occupy with some other activities. So
ya ma ji ji ge chi sho yin bo re ji je cha ju ru yo da cha ji gang ge cha sen yo de ba cha ju ru cha sen yo ba chi je ko ya bu gong ge yo ba de zhe ba bu gu chu ju ze re che shi da ya bu gong ge yo re ta gong de ko cho lu ru re na da ba sa ba yin za cho lu de me pi ge tao song na ne jia le su je shu go de ba cho ma su shu go de cha gang ge cha sen yo za ta cha ja cha ke ya de cha de ga re bi ke go ga ne je go de ko ma de ne na la me go de ga de shun do yi ba.
So once a young monk, he had a teaching on the Yamintaka, and so during the teaching, then I think it looks he was a real good meditator. That he was meditating so hard, and Chikchi Yamintaka has 16 hands, and every one of them occupied with implements, right? So as he was a beginner monk, a novice, then as a service that whenever they serve the tea, the younger ones, they have to leave, take the turns to serve the tea. So he feeling very uncomfortable or uneasy since all his hands are occupied. So he approached his guru for help.
Te la me ko de le ma cho le de la de ju du ko du ani ge ja cha ju ya cha de ji je ge cha ka de ju ko yo na as kan di shore.
So he said that when I go to the top, or which means the services or gathering, and I have to take up the kettle in my hand. So with which hand should I carry the kettle?
Ne la me ja cha chore do la de ge ju sho sung ba re.
So Lama said that take care of the kettle by your bad hands.
Ka je ra ba re.
So he
He
could
ko ma de
rebuke.
yong jo yi mo da do ta chen sang ge la le xin sa de ko che song wa che go re. Ne na sun de we jing gu de de on ba ma bu do ji ba mo se ko cha ko.
So once you are into the deity of the activity, the yoga of the activity, then also you should again don yourself with the kocha or the armored goddesses.
Rang sung ku da je ba chu de ni ko cha ma ko ge pa ru te la dong ba jian gong ni dong nian ga le yo za dong ba jian gong de du ba an ne ba yo ma re sung ku ge go ma re dong nian sung wa la na me je re.
So that after dissolution of the or immersion of all the Vajra fence and so on, protection wheel, and between then and now, as one has set in a meditation on the equipoise on the emptiness, then one do not need a protection and a fortress to protect, since it says the protection of the emptiness is unexcelled. That is the best protection one could have.
De re za cha de ne ko cha ti ko cha ko sa ne de re sung ku gong go re. On so ba de so ba hong pe sha le xin gu de xin gu ni do.
Please watch. Now this is what you do after you do the donning of yourself with armaments, and with this mantra and snapping your finger twice on the right, on your east.
Xin gu ni do go ya ga re se na ye xie ni ha ge da de da nyang de la ha zu de ten ni wo ge sa ji do ji sa ji che sha gu ma la do ji re wa che ni ge ton da re hong so ba hong be yi che.
So when you snap your finger twice, the reason is that when you said that mantra, that it is laying the floor of the Vajra floor and Vajra fence of the east, and that is symbolized by the snapping of your finger twice.
Gerana be
Please watch.
John's the wrong young Dule shots away. On Gerana whom best.
North, which meant north, which meant to your left. Now you snap your finger once there.
Mare Tagishala, oh Mare Tingi, Doju go Larita Shagi, Sungutiri. Tan Giana Jongitiche, Giana by said Nietzsche, Wada, Nogi, Sungurtiche.
So to the east, when you snap your finger twice, revision that it is not the Vajra floor, but it is the top and the fence. And one snapping on your left and then twice on your back, which takes care of the fence on your rear fence and the Vajra floor. So with this mantra, you snap your finger once to the south or towards your right.
Nola de Watch, shall Nietzsche at the Dingche. Tayan Samjibudi, Najuma Sungu Nomu on the Jenny, Yan Samjila, Yagur Jenny. On so much whom Gana, Anna Bangamaza, whom best Jenny, Samjila Yagurche, Choja Yongurche, Sani Don Weade, Chojila Jiche, Sungu Nomu Jabber.
So now the snapping your finger twice in front, in the front, that took care of the roof or ceiling and roof, and the fence, and twice on the back, that took care of the walls on the walls on the back and the floor, and then doing it in a clockwise again, repeat the mantra twice as you find. Then that is accordance with the Vajrayogini. They're taking the sungu or the protection wheel as in a circle. Then as to protect our corners, then we do it in a clockwise too. So twice, we repeat that twice.
Ta sungur doje saje rawa kuru lare te chilo la mere dai tawa da java shendo ne jachimbu chilo juru sung sambaje.
So in short, try to think that you have the all complete sungur, the protection circle, that Vajra wall, the top, the floor, and then outside there's flame, and the flame circle, the flame, and inside the flame you have the shooting arrows all over, and try to think that you have a huge circle of the protection wheel around you.
Ta sungu wa de ke chama bu she mu go ji de gen ri ya.
So we need not talk much about the protection wheel. This will be adequate.
Ta tu ni tu cha ne da tu je de ke tu je sung de de ke yin da do tu ya ma so po ru la ani be je lang ga la tu ge gong ge sang lu dong wo de je lang le ke je lang ya ho je wo tu sam tu go la zo sang lu che tu sang le ba me go yang je ja ze ko be ma je ba no ji be de la yang tu ji de ya zo ji su ka che yang tu ju sa de ba me go yang je la ja na yer ji za ne yo ma re tu le tu sang ge chi zi ji gu su ma re.
So now we should really try to do our proper activities during our in-between sessions. That activity is important, and it is suggested or it is said that we should take the in-between sessions more importance than the session itself. That we should be more meticulous during the in-between session than during the session, or give more importance, because otherwise if we behave recklessly or just act loose during our session, then whatever we built up during the session we knock it down during the in-between session. So if we carry on such a manner, that we wouldn't see much improvement in ourselves at all.
다 통상의 저람 되라 마지 나요 나가가 대세세 제거리 알링해라 조순레 가와순 스그리 칠수순 스그리야.
So the manner during the tunsam or tun or the session, so in between the session or post session, that is, they say 5 but 3, 5 or 3. So those 3 are what we call 3 joys or the 3 attitudes.
가나고이 칠수스죠. 리지가와 고이가와 아스지버리 가나고이 칠수 다다 숭기 칠수 전도 투지 칠수스 뒤정용다 미들 양들의 미들 고이 가와 숭기 가와 투지 가와 스캔 요리 비셔나래 요리 가르스즈리.
So those 3 attitudes, or whatever appears, having attitude that being as divine, and whatever one hears, attitude of that as the speech, and whatever thought, the attitude of that as the being of tuk, or the being the mind. And also our joy, that is in terms of joy, that the joy of the body, joy of the speech, and joy of the mind.
전상섭의 너긴지된 거를 통하는 사자기를 통딜 간대로 지내베 강통화데 난주면 도기 실내 주베 춘중이 삼바르체 세진 순대지 통내베 될라 너자도 공부만 제버지 순대지 통주네 너지 내주 뭐이 삼바체나 어디 꾸이가 와서 그래.
So
통세 꾸이 철수세 강가빈 통세가 고래야 캐샤버래. 꾸이 철수.
So during the session, post session, whatever we see, the whatever place, whether it looks desirable or adorable or unadorable, whatever, that to look at every one of them as the environment or the chunjung of the or the appearance or wisdom of the great Vajrayogini, and whatever beings you see, to see them or receive them as Vajrayogini, and without having any sense or without harboring any hatred or the longing desire or passion and so on, but instead share the attitude of that person or being as being Vajrayogini. That's what we call the Kui Kyeso, to have the attitude of that being, all this being the Kaya body.
Then I'm going to two of Telebeke, conducted to Nada, Major Chuda Lungda. I mean, get a lot of the judge you can give a don't show so should go sing Yamado, say Yagodo, say Nyambudo, Dainebe, Danyambudo, Minyambudo, connected with your coin. I'm going to go say with the Jason Nanjum, Sungu now also Randang is almost hard whether also down Dagadu, somebody which also Randang baby, Sungu. Najib Sunre, somebody which is soon also Randang the Kendriade, there are Sungi Chersu.
So whatever sound we hear, like for instance, whether anything complimentary or non-complimentary, or anything we hear outside, like the sounds like the kill, the knock him down or hit, or whatever, nasty or good or bad, that to be able to take that as the sound of the 3-syllable mantra, that Om Suma, the 3-syllable Om mantra, and to be able to conceive of that sound as the mantra, that is the whatever sound, screaming, or the low good melody or everything in the sense of, in the way of being the mantra of the Vajrayogini, that is the Sunga Kirso, or the attitude way we take the speech.
That's similar Kari, Tenkuyuna, Bekondro, Docha, Shedang, Deva, Nenju, Chanchu Sim, 야니 간도 비지 상로 코 연구연에 라신 권제바다야 내 상로 내지 코샤네 지전내 주면 토이 삼바로 배 전도 상에 거주네 내주면 토랑이 삼바로 제네 지전내 주면 토래 뭐바제네 토래 cheqore. 전도 토지 쳐서죠 어디래.
So, the whatever mind we find, a state of mind we find, or whatever state of mind we discover ourselves, like either being in a strong passion or desire or hatred, or other like the very positive interest or strong renunciation, bodhicitta, and so on. Whatever we apprehend ourselves in, or whatever we recognize our thought at the state of, that all those, the mind, joy of the speech and joy of the mind, and also there's named after three attitudes, and which is the one of the most important quality or the important attitudes we should try to have.
That Jolanga Nanjo Yala Delaya Kaseji Nanjo is Jewel. Sakurba Sayabi could do some Zadon Jedu Salto Jigje.
So now the Yanla or the other parts of the yoga of the activity, first is the food and drinks.
Chiru Choba
And Chiru Choba offering.
Sophia Chiru Choba Konsanduru.
External offering, for instance, making top offering, that also belongs under the section of the Chiru Choba.
So and there Jensig Nanjo, Jensig.
And third, the yoga of the five puja.
Seju Choba.
And the top offering of the tents.
Torme Nanjo.
And yoga of the torma.
Nobody, Zoru.
And these are the five prominent ones.
That in over there, Gachimudu the Shadari. Tondi Shagumando Sandi, Anchunzo and the Gugudua. Oh, Naruchudu Gugudua, Naruchudu Shagureti, Nasan tree, Mendo. Nasan tree, you today she consulted, Picha Yizu Yapura, Mabachi, Parja, and do the thing on the Yajuma Jumare. Jen Naruchudu Yabuja share Nani, she's on the dog Gogi, the Jeremy Ichi from the Lone Delmore. Tedanyan Nasan tree, the Chalice Shagure. Shogaya so then the Dotoya Savitella Naruchudu Jurim, Nasan and Zeshavachur, Tindamure. And there on the Nasan tree near Mare. Jurin Laju Sunde near Mare. Then Naruchudu Koran Picha Shagina. That me Naruchudu be Mozenda Ya touch Jeremiah Sundi already. Naruchudu Gongheng, Dinjo Zorina Dad and Gonghendo. Zoringi Landebre, Lamberja Chiri, Zoringola, Pondunjiri. Maji She was Sandi Yodi, Gatos in this Tunsam Energy, Yanik, Mendo or Stamber Vichindu, Cassini, Tree, Sheets up with Yevo Goyosigi. Tayan Naruchuru Gundus, the other you shall know do it, you wouldn't you shall not Nimatrich Tilejiva. Mayuna Mayu shed on the shed, Naruchuru, that's a Madun, the Chichonzo, Nego Gula Pematon, the Tosun Sea Yungri, or the Larucia.
So now every one of those five are very important. Those five that I can't say which is more. Every one of them are very important, and we need to know a little bit about all of them very well. And I was approached earlier. I was told I need a very extensive teachings on the Vajrayogini, but again I'm told and that we need a teaching on the 6 yogas of Naropa as well. And I don't know that we seem to be quite crushed or quite short of time. But since you have requested, I will give you the teaching on 6 yoga of Naropa, but we do not have the text by Naksang T, that text by Naksang, and which to the Nishi lie. Lama Tudinish, he has it, but we didn't borrow that from him. It was just a copy. There's somebody copy, hand copy, and which was not too clear, but that is the text we need to follow. And also we have to give the transmission of the Yichi Sundin by Great Tsongkhapa, which, and also we need the lineage prayer by Naktsang, and we do not have any one of them. And but just to count for you to say I have received teaching, and we can go over it. But main thing, is that Naruchudu, the 6 yogas of Narupa, when this teaching is offered, that has to be offered along with the Zogrim, or the completing stages of the Heruka, because it is a supplementary to the Zogrim practice of the Heruka. So they two have to be joined together, and as a supplementary to the Zogrim practice of the Heruka, that has to be given. So as for you to have a count on your list of teachings you obtained, and I may give some on it, So, and otherwise that now as it seems that you all seem to tell me that we need a teaching on 6 yoga of Narupa, it looks like you do not need that extensive teaching on this one. So if I do not need to give too much teaching, then it is good for me too. I can tan in sun.
Tandela ke chia chi na tando cholam de de tu jo le ga chia in la go me chi che ta on de lam chi rim ba di ba sia de go cha ya chi re ti chi go yo re.
So this yogas of the LM yoga, yoga with activity, that we really need it clear, and also full understanding to be able to incorporate every one of the activity we mentioned onto our path, that how we consolidate that our day-to-day activity onto a path or the practices.
Ta de ne ma che ne di yo re. Jiri la de ne ngo ru ru su sen do longa le du bu chi sa longa le du mu du ya de la jian ba dru ba le jur yong zo yo re de longa le du ke yu ju ma re de ra ma she ne o sin ro sang gi.
So now in the practice of the Sindur Langali trunk, I think your trunk of the Langali and Sindur powder inside it, that to accomplish it, that as it requires Nyemba, the old full retreat, and Tuba. And Tuba, that is the intense. Tuba is again more like retreat, okay? Nyemba is making once suitable through a retreat, then again additional retreats, then leisure, that is the again leisure means le as the action, jor as application to the all different kinds of activities, and then the acquiring the right materials and so on. That I don't think anyone is going to do that. So if I don't teach on it, shouldn't be too bad.
De la za uma chi chu ni yo re za uma che de yu sha chu de na ju ma rang ge zo ring re che de yo yu tu mu ge zo ring re che za de la sa che che na su rang re de da nya de la ane de chu na kar se bu re na ru chu du ni chu na ane dig men ro sa de ine be de cha lu de gi.
So now the Zogrim practice, that as I told you earlier, is 2 types, the major Zogrim and minor Zogrim. The major Zogrim is that interlinked with that Zogrim of the Heruka, and whereas the minor one is of the exclusive of this practice, and it has a table of content. As a table of content, it falls under 3 sections. So minor Zogrim. And I'll see how far we can get, and than with the 6 yogas of Naropa. And I'll check with the time, how much time we have.
아니 포에는 줘요. 포디 대샤지를 말하소다.
And there's yoga of the poor or the transference of consciousness, or let's use term poor now on. So poor, yoga of the poor, and that is also one of the important parts. When we get back this afternoon for afternoon session, first I will orient you into the long sadhana. Long sadhana prayer. So first we will begin our next session, that first introduction into the prayer, the long prayer, and then we will discuss the remaining yoga of the activity.
Oh yeah.